AMD trade idea plus fair value. This is what we're doing today. We're gonna find the fair value of AMD stock. We're gonna go over this formula in this Excel, just like all those stocks in here. We're gonna put the numbers to the test. Okay, we're gonna change Starbucks that I've done for myself to AMD. And after we find the fair value, undervalue, overvalue, or fair value, we're going to head over to Market Chameleon. We're going to check all the trade ideas and we're going to pick one and let's get to it. Before you do, my name is Eve, also known as Funds After 40. Read the disclaimer. This is not a financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. Market Chameleon, all that good stuff. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, that being said, let's get started with AMD. I'm not gonna bore you with all the financials. You don't want that, you just want the numbers. So let's put the numbers. First things first, company name AMD. We're gonna remove this, we're gonna remove this, we're gonna remove this, and we're gonna remove this. What do we have? We have the price today, 177.10. We're gonna put this right here, 177.10. There we go. Next step, we need to find the earning per share of AMD, which is right here. You're gonna go here, you're gonna do 0.7, okay? Let's put it here. And just FYI, of course, the price can be higher, lower, or the same, but and it could be a crazy number up or down. It doesn't matter. It means that it could or it could not hit that number. It just based on some ratios that I like. I also have all the financials, but I'm not gonna do that. As I said, you don't like that, you just want the finals numbers. Okay, so click on analysis right here and scroll all the way down. This is the next step, and we got ourselves next 5 years per annual. You need the growth estimate 33%. Next year we got 59%, current year 32, next quarter 34. So I would say we're gonna take this just to be on the safe side. I'm not gonna put the number 59. I'm gonna put 33, 32, 34. It's all give or take. In the last 5 years, they grew by 54%. Next year, another 59, but it averaged at 33.16. So I'm going to put this number. You see growth right here, 33.16. There we go. And now I'm going to Google AMD corporate bond, and I'm going to put it right here. And once I do, I'm going to find the stock fair value. Could be 200, could be 100, and etc. etc. And based on that, we're going to go to Market Chameleon and see what we see. So let's get to it. So as you can see, I have Googled AMD corporate bond and I got a few numbers. You either take the highest number just to be on the safe side, or if you see something like maybe twice or more, then you take that number just on average. This isn't science. Again, this is just art. So what we got? AMD 7%, AMD we got 392. I can click on this and see what's going on here. Maybe we got a couple of others. Okay, so that's not it. Let's keep going. AMD corporate bond, we got 495, 439. AMD bond for 2026. This one is 440, 439. Let's see what we got here, 212, it's probably a small one, okay? Or we got a full list, probably, here we go. No, so this is just for 2050. 2030, 493, okay, so we got 493. I think it's about the average that we got, right? We got 493, not taking the 2%, it's too low, 295 is too low, 439, 493, 439 again, and 495. So we got 495, 493, 439. I'm gonna go with the 495. Okay, something that's the highest, but it's still again, you can play around. Let's say this one is 44, this one is 495, this one is 44. You know what? And this one I saw 39. So I'm gonna go with actually 4.4. Again, this is just an art. So we're going to put 439 because I saw it twice. So you either go with the highest number or you go with something that you see a couple of times. So I saw around 495 twice, 440, something like that. Let's go with 439 and that one. So let's see the final price of AMD. Okay, that doesn't make sense at all. Okay, well, it is what it is. Super overvalued. Interesting. Good to know. It's probably because of the earning per share. So if you go here to the earning per share, it was also 60% down to 30%. I mean, could it top off right now? It depends. The market is already at super high. Earning per share. Let's see if we can change this, the earning per share, to something from the last 5 years. Average estimate. Years ago, earning per share. There we go. This is more likely. So instead of the 0.7, which is just the next quarter right here, we're gonna do, this one is 265, this one is 351. High estimate, low estimate. Let's do no, this is the high, this is the low. Again, this is a year ago, I don't care. So we're gonna do something in between. The high estimate is between, let's say, between the next 2 years, 4 and 8, let's say 6. And this one is 350, 3 and 375. 5 and 6, something like 4.5 and 6. 525, give or take. If you understand how I went there, I've done the next 2 years because the 0.7 is kind of low and it's also based on, I don't know, probably last year. Anyway, this is 4, this is 8. So let's call it 6, high estimate. This is 3, this is 375, so let's do like 3.3. 3.3 plus 6, let's call it 9.6 divided by 2. 475, give or take. Something like that. Right? Right. Okay, so instead of this, we're going to put 475 instead of 0.75. And now we should get a little more accurate number. Oh my, okay. This changes things. This actually changes things. Wow. That's pretty good. And even if we went with the lowest estimate, 306, 3075, let's say with the low of current here, 306, just to know where we are, even though you always look forward to the future, if I'm putting 306 right here, okay, so let's just put 306 just to be a little safer. Okay, there we go. We got a price similar to where we are now. And that's on the lower conservative, okay? We got 306. Next year it's 375, so it's higher. And now we got a little more reasonable thing. I should have done this with Tesla yesterday. But I also am getting back to the Excel. It's been like 3 years since I've done this. Okay, so stock price today, 177. Price that is comfortable to buy is around 172, which was probably a few days ago. And the fair value of AMD, as of this, again, art, not the science, $256. Pretty awesome. And with that information in mind, we're gonna go to Market Chameleon, and we assume that we are bullish on AMD. So let's get to it and see what we got. So in AMD, so now that we have a fair value of $256, which is, that's good. It's like 30-something% from here. You're gonna go to Market Chameleon, and we either gonna go to, you wanna buy the 200 calls. It's costing you. The beauty of Market Chameleon, for all of you that are new to this channel, I've partnered with Market Chameleon about a month ago, and the beauty, it doesn't tell you where the price goes, but it tells you that this option is cheap. They find you cheap options compared to where it should be historically. So you can buy the $350 calls if you want, but you're paying $350 instead of $800, $807. That's the beauty of Market Chameleon. Expiration August 2nd, but the call is 200. Doesn't mean it's gonna go to 200. Nobody knows. That's 10%, 15% from here. It's pretty risky. You got 35% historical win rate, but just based on history, you should have paid $800 for this long call, and you're only paying $350. So that's something to consider. We got put in here if you want, and we got something like this. I'm looking for some credit spread because I assume AMD will continue to go up. That's the conclusion based on the numbers that we've seen. We got something in here. Okay, for August, you assume that AMD will be above 180. I want to see if there's anything else that's already deep outside the money so I can make the max income. Let's see what we got in here. This is interesting. This is quite the spread in here. I think you should, I don't know how it is. Let me see. Yeah, you're losing. You're betting on a big move. When is the earnings? Also, they tell you earnings on August 1st. So they're expecting, if you're expecting a big move, something to consider and maybe do some butterfly, not butterfly, like strangles, etc., etc. Let's see what we got. I want to find something. There we go. This should be okay. There we go. So you said this is something that I want to do. Probably. Let's see if there's anything else. 177 strangle. Okay, so this is for this Friday. Okay, now let's focus and do this one. And this is what we got. 88% win rate. Okay. This is the trade that I'm thinking now that we know that AMD should be worth about 250 and it's 177. Okay. We take this trade, we got ourselves, you sell the 160 put for August 2nd, which is 1 day post expiration. You don't have to stay until expiration. You can sell before, it's up to you. But you sell the 160 put, you buy the 155 put. And the beauty of Market Chameleon is that you get paid $100, 96 bucks. Put a limit of 1 if you take this trade, which is double, more than double than what you should have got of only 45 bucks. So basically you are collecting $100 up front and you're bet instead of 45 bucks, and you're betting that AMD will stay above 106 in about 3 weeks, which is 1 day post earnings. So pay attention to that. You don't want to trade the earning. You don't want to make all the profit and then maybe the profit will go away on the last day because there's the earnings, something to consider. But if you assume, based on what we know now, based on this number, the 250 AMD fair value, and based on the price today, 177, that's like 10% cushion in 3 weeks for for AMD. We got 88% historical win rate, 12% edge. Let's click on the report. This is the yield. That's a pretty good yield, 23.8% for one trade. Collect $100, as I said. Put a limit of 1 for this trade idea. And we are deep outside the money. This is what I want to see right here. And we need to break even is 159.04, which is 10.2% away from where we are now, meaning that Nvidia needs to drop by 10% by expiration. And this is, anything could happen, but I got 10% cushion. I like that. I'm making $100 profit, 400 collateral, about 25%. AMD price behavior so far, based on history, between July 9 and August 2nd, they average positive 4.8%. So not only that they're not going down 10%, they even go up. So this is a trade that is interesting trade. Pay attention to this. There's things to consider, all that stuff. Feel free to read all about it. Here's the trade card that we got right here. You sell the 160 put, you buy the 155 put. And as long as AMD stays above 160 by August 2nd, you collect all the profit. Doesn't mean you have to collect the whole thing, and maybe collect half, get out, move on to the next trade. Up to you, release the collateral. This was valuable. I like AMD. Yeah, it's pretty good, interesting stuff. And again, remember, this is all art, not the science. The earning per share, the growth, all the stuff you can play around with, including the corporate bond. But we know that we got ourselves 250 compared to 177. It's pretty interesting. Market Chameleon 7 days trial, link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.